welcome back to Television Games Network. This is Nick Hines, a.k.a. The Sarge, on a Tuesday afternoon, and I want to welcome a special guest and a good friend of mine, Scotty McKeever, Chief Representative, CEO of MyHorsePlayer.com. Scotty, it's truly a pleasure to have you in Sarge's Corner, and for all the people out there that don't know Scotty, well, he's given me more long shot winners in a short amount of time than anyone I've ever known, and probably hit more pick sixes than anyone I ever will know, outside of myself, of course. Welcome, Scotty.
Thanks, brother. How are you, Nick?
Everything's good. I just wanted to, first of all, thank you for coming on board today, and tell us a little bit about your website and what you offer for the folks out there.
Our primary product, Nick, is our class number system, which it basically gives a grade to every horse in the country based on their past races. That's the main product that we push right now. We also have Billionaire Bob's picks, which he's the best handicapper in the world, and so he gives his selections out to help people that don't want to think too much.
And as far as the website's concerned, as far as the access of it, where would people go to get on board and kind of take a little bit of a tour?
Well, we have a tutorial, but you go to www.myhorseplayer.com, and it's fairly simple, Nick. It's just the class numbers themselves, and everybody has their own way of using the numbers, and they get better at them as it takes time, just like any new tool. But what I was trying to accomplish with it, Nick, was just simplicity. I was taking too much time at the races myself, and my wife was about to divorce me. No, I'm kidding, but I needed to find something that I could be successful with, but also not spend 7 or 8 hours looking at past performance data.
Well, I must say that for the time that I've used your product, and I've been able to actually kind of integrate it into my handicapping via the Ragozin sheets, and also along with the Thorograph. And I'll tell you, when they kind of meet at the top of the peak, at the top of the mountain, I've been very successful in getting horses that range anywhere from, say, 8 to even up to 20 to 1. But how would you define class? So when you talk about class and these algorithms of sorts, tell us about it.
Well, classes, and I think that's why a lot of people kind of steer away from it a little bit, because it's hard for them to understand. But the best analogy I could give you, Nick, would be, imagine a college basketball player scoring 30 points in college, right? And now he goes to the NBA and he can't score 10. It's all about who you face, and it's just all about the competition, and that's what class is. And the problem is with that, though, even saying that, is people don't know how to quantify it. They let's just say, for an example, you take a horse that's been racing for 50,000 purses and losing by 20 lengths or 15 lengths or whatever, and then you have another one that's been racing for 20,000 purses and losing by 2 lengths, and you're handicapping those two horses. How do you take those horses and know which one to bet? That's where the problem lies. Well, that's what our algorithm does. The algorithm takes those races, along with other past data, and it creates a number for that, and it makes it very simple, and now you don't have to guess, and it takes a lot of the guessing work out of it. Of course, it's not perfect. I personally use a lot of past performance data also to help me with the numbers, and that's basically what it does.
Okay, and what factors does your computer program take into account outside of speaking of just the class and what they did in their previous races?
Strength of past race is a really important thing to our program. I really truly believe, obviously, it's who you face. Like I was saying, it takes into effect distance and turf for breeding. That's really the only breeding we look at. Is distance rating and turf rating. And it also takes into effect something that's unique that I've never heard anybody have, is a trouble line. We actually can take the trouble line and certain keywords of the trouble line and know when to throw certain races out, and so that the number will recalculate itself so it doesn't ding the horse too much the next time out.
Oh, that's awesome. I love the way that you guys are able to kind of augment those types of scenarios, as so many people go off of their previous race, and if it were a race in which they didn't perform, it's just a given that that horse is a throwout. But that's where you kind of get your odds. And let me ask you, why did you create these class numbers initially? What was the main thought process into that?
Well, as you know, I was a big Pick-6 player, and my time the last year is just focused on the business of horse player because if I'm gambling the whole time, which I love to gamble, everyone knows, but when I'm doing that, I'm not focusing on the business. So I've kind of taken a sabbatical, and I've been focused on building this. But I would literally, at the time, I would use the racing form, and I would literally handicap for 7-8 hours a day because that's my passion. I love to handicap, and I love to teach. And it was just taking too much of my time, and what would happen was, a short example, I would go to the races, and my head would be in the form, and no one wanted to go to the track with me, none of my friends or family, because my head's in the form, and I don't even know anybody else exists because I'm so focused. And now I can just print out my numbers, I can go to the track, and yes, I probably would do better if I was using some past performance data with the numbers. But you know what? Now I'm enjoying the track so much more. I enjoy the people around me, and they love coming to the races with me now, and they enjoy the experience more. And there's so much that the track, as you know, has to offer. And one of my main goals is to show that we're not a bunch of derelicts just sitting there looking at a form and betting every single race, that there's a lot more going on, and the beauty of the horses. And I think that we've done that, and now we just have to spread the word.
Well, what's beautiful about your program, Scotty, and I want to thank you for coming into Sarge's Corner on a Tuesday afternoon when I know you're a very busy man. But these selections are available at myhorseplayer.com. And keep in mind, folks, it's not just on the left coast. It's nationwide as we cover a lot of tracks on a Tuesday. Yavapai, River Downs, Philadelphia, Finger Lakes, Prairie Meadows, Indiana Downs. He's got it all. Scotty McKeever, thanks for coming by today. And myhorseplayer.com, you're truly a saint, my friend.
Oh, my pleasure, Nick. Thanks a lot.
Hoorah, at ease.
All right, brother. Bye-bye.
Well, you heard it. Scotty McKeever, CEO of myhorseplayer.com. And I've actually had quite a bit of success getting myself involved with his website. And it's so simple. It's a very concise a product that he puts out there. He's in the process, and we didn't really get an opportunity to get into it, but I felt it was important for the viewers out there that, as we cover all of these tracks, to keep it simple. Having the ability to take, say, 10, 15, 20 races. A lot of times you're in a situation, remembering my days back in high school and college when we went to the Cliffs Notes. I remember the first time I read a book by the name of Moby Dick, which was the first book that I ever read. I had to go to the Cliffs Notes. As I got halfway through it, I found myself behind the schedule, as we had to put a complete synopsis of the book, Cliffs Notes, myhorseplayer.com, very similar to that, and those algorithms. And again, it was nice to have Scotty here in the handicap salon on a Tuesday. Indiana, they're loaded for the 5th. Good luck to you all in your pick 4s, trying to close out here.
How'd that go?
I felt I did great.
You did great, dude. That was awesome.
That was good, huh?
That was really good. Yee.
Nick is a stud, though. He completely made me feel comfortable.
Did he really?
He followed the format. He didn't go away too much. I was prepared. He was awesome. Thank you, Nick. I love you.